Thanks for joining us on the program, everyone. We're back keeping tabs with events and happenings in the polity. I am Nifemi Oguntoye. Join the conversation right now on X, formerly Twitter, using the hashtag Beyond 100 Days. On the program today, we're looking at the security situation in Nigeria under the Tinubu administration. Let's begin with an update from the nation's capital, where the Nigerian Senate has just confirmed Olayibe Cardoso as governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria after conducting a screening for him and 4 others nominated by President Tinubu as deputy governors. Mr. Cardoso assumed office last Friday in replacement of the then acting CBN governor, Fola Shonubi, while awaiting confirmation by the Senate. The deputy governors include Nana Usoro, Mohammed Sani, Abdullahi Datijo, Philip Ikeazo, and Bala Bello. In other news now, the 2 leading labor unions in Nigeria have briefed journalists declaring an indefinite nationwide strike beginning from Tuesday, October the 3rd. The unions also asked their state chapters to mobilize for protests and rally across the country until government yield to their demand. The Nigeria Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress have been in talks with the federal government following the removal of subsidy on petrol on the 29th of May. NLC had embarked on a 2-day warning strike with a 21-working-day ultimatum for government to engage in concrete and meaningful dialogue in the interest of the masses. The ultimatum expired last Friday, and the Congress is set to take action next week. While the NLC issued a deadline, the TUC insisted it wasn't time for such an action. But in a dramatic turn today, both labor unions are now on the same page.
Resolved as follows. 1. So, in the spirit of the Independence Day celebration, and to demonstrate our resolve for a truly independent Nigeria, to take our destinies in our own hands and rescue our nation. 2, to embark on an indefinite and total shutdown of the nation beginning on 0 hours, Tuesday, the 3rd day of October 2023. 3, to direct all workers in Nigeria to withdraw their services from their respective workplaces commencing from the 3rd of October 2023. 4, to direct all affiliates and state councils to immediately start mobilizing accordingly for action to organize street protests and rally until government responds positively to our demands. 5, to enjoin all patriotic Nigerians to join hands across the nation to assist this government, put the people back at the center of its policies and programs.
Correspondent Jokea Desai joins me live from our Abuja studio. She's been at all the meetings held between the Minister of Labour and the labor unions. At what point precisely, Jokea, did TUC change its mind on the nationwide strike?
Well, Nifemi, I will tell you honestly that it was indeed a shock to many labor correspondents when that invite came. We had thought that they were going to hold separate news conference, but at the end, by the time we made calls, we found out that it was going to be a joint conference, a joint press briefing. I spoke with one of the leaders of the TUC who confided in me that yes, who did say that yes, there have been issues between NLC and TUC, but at the point that even up to throughout yesterday they met, and up till 7 a.m. today, they were able to agree on the need to come together and join hands and ensure that the strike succeeds. So there have been issues really that cannot be denied, but I think at a point both parties came together to ensure that they speak in one voice, and that is what we have seen at today's news conference.
Apparently, Labour now has a united front, but you've been monitoring the series of meetings between the federal government and the labor unions. Are there still meetings scheduled between now and the 3rd of October when the nationwide strike is expected to commence?
Well, as we speak, there is nothing like that. There is no meeting scheduled as we speak. I know that the government will also respond, and of course, Nigerians will not be surprised because government has said it consistently that it's not feasible to throw the nation's economy into chaos. Looking at the fact that even the economy itself is suffering, and so there is need for Labour and the government to also at a point come together to judge and ensure that yes, the economy does not suffer. Nigerians are suffering, no doubt. Of course, government is doing its bit, and so there will come a point that both parties will need to join hands, sit together, and arrive at a resolution that will also impact positively on Nigerians.
Any reactions yet from the federal government?
Well, as we speak, not yet. I even just before, immediately after that news briefing, I put a call to the spokesman of the Labour Ministry. Of course, he said he was not in a position to respond to my questions. I wanted to know what if the Labour ministers would, or the Labour Minister Simon Lalong will respond immediately and let us see what government was doing, how would government react. But he said it was not in his position to speak yet, and that until the formal notice of the strike gets to the table of the minister before he can respond. So that is where we are as we speak. Government is yet to respond, but you can be sure that government will indeed respond because there's a need to arrive at a resolution. Of course, would also be surprised if government heads to the court to get an injunction to stop organized labor from going ahead with this strike, because the economy is already on its knees, and so worsening another strike would certainly worsen the situation.
Interesting. Government has been in court before, so it can do it again. Jokia is live for us in Abuja. Thank you for the updates there.